Do you often wonder how the heck some writers can have the energy to keep on writing and keep on feeling inspired about writing every single day? Well, it's not easy, that's for sure. And today we talk about 5 different ways that you can push your passion for writing every single day. Welcome to The Write Mama with Jennifer Aline, a creative space where we talk about the writing process, the publishing industry, and motherhood chaos. Today we are talking about ways to keep your passion pushing forward when it comes to writing. Some people may go on a streak of writing and excitement for a few months and then all of a sudden it plateaus or dips. And that's normal. That's normal for anything that you're interested in, or any hobby, or any passion, or any career. However, while some people jump back on the writing boat and right away, some people don't. And they have a hard time climbing back into their book, into their story, into their passion. So since I really do know how this feels, we're going to talk about 5 things that I have noticed have helped me keep pushing forward, feel inspired, and keep my interest in writing. Number 1 is replace your music in the car with writing related podcasts or AUTHORTUBE channels. You don't have to fully replace the music because I think that might be a little bit extreme, but I have noticed that over the past probably several months, I have started really focusing and listening to a lot of specific AUTHORTUBERS channels instead of clicking on the radio and listening to commercials and ads. Instead, I get in my car, if it's just me, if it's my girls in the back seat, we end up listening to Moana or Vampirina or Frozen instead. However, if it's me in there, I find myself scrolling, seeing where my favorite AUTHORTUBERS are, listening to their stuff, and getting inspired by that. Instead of, listening to music every single car ride, instead, I listen to some podcasts, some AUTHORTUBE discussions. That in itself puts my mind in a writerly place. For a lot of people, being in the car is a big part of their day, whether you're traveling to work, you're coming back from work, you're going to pick up your kids, maybe you just travel a ton. And if you feel like maybe being in the car brings you down after a long day at work, click to an AUTHORTUBE channel. And I will put a whole bunch of my favorites down below. I also have some on my main page, but I have a lot that really just inspire me. So I'm going to do some name dropping down in the little blurb. So check those out. Maybe try replacing some of your radio listening with writerly listening. Number 2 is surround yourself with bookish and writerly decor. Now, we don't all have a bazillion dollars, and for most of us, since we're in this industry and in this field, we may not have that much money ever. However, money isn't always the focus. You don't have to go run out to Home Goods and run out to Target and go spend a ton of money on Amazon to be able to really fill your home, your apartment, your house with bookish decor. For most of us, we have books everywhere. Put them around your house. You have a window ledge in your kitchen, put a couple books, a little candle on top, bam. When you're washing the dishes, you have a couple books to look at. That will click in your brain something creative, writerly. Maybe it'll make you go, oh, I do want to read that last chapter again. Or, oh yeah, that idea I put in my phone last night, let me check it out. Little things like that really can click in your brain and make you switch to a mindset of a writer if you haven't been there in a while. There are other ways to decorate your house in a writerly way. Guess you can say I kind of have a certain fascination with vintage typewriters. I really, really like vintage typewriters. I have a best binky hiding spot. A few. This beautiful baby is the oldest, from the late 1920s, and it's still in my closet. I need to find somewhere for it. Some like decor over here. That's typewriter-esque. Not in this house specifically, but in my past apartments, I've been able to kind of use my typewriters, and right now I have about 10, but right now I think about 5 are out, 4, and decorate my apartments in the past with them. So I'd walk in the door after a long day of work and see a couple of those typewriters, and you don't realize how the environment that you live in really can impact your mood, impact your passion. And just because maybe I have a little bit of an obsession with typewriters, I'm not expecting you to run out and grab some typewriters, but maybe just decorating with something that you find fascinating in the writing field. Maybe you like quills. Maybe there's just a nice sign that has a quote from a book you like. You know, whether it's you're putting books around or typewriters or, you know, quills or quotes or whatever. Surround yourself in your home with a cozy, bookish feel. Here, you really just need enough to kind of make you remember that you are creative, writing is your passion, and you want to get back to it if you haven't been back to it for a while. Number 3 is create a social media platform that is bookish or focused on your writing. I don't usually like involving social media with something like this, but let's be real. We scroll through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube subscriptions, Twitter, a ton every day for most of us. And there are even things where you can have a timer to tell yourself, only do it for 15 minutes a day or 30 minutes. But for a lot of us, we'll just click that timer off and keep on scrolling. It's just part of society we're in today. So since we all will just look, barely even see what we're looking at, just scroll, maybe if you have a platform that is focused specifically on other writers you like, books, bookstagrammers, just some nice quotes, different people that post things that are in the industry. If you have a certain platform that just focuses on that, you'll find yourself going to that platform, scrolling, and while you scroll, you're actually looking at things that are getting those creative juices flowing. And I have my specific writerly, authory Instagram page that does help at night when I'm laying in bed, when I should be either reading a book or going to sleep. I find myself scrolling and I may see other AUTHORTUBERS or other authors posting things or really pretty pictures that bookstagrammers post. And I might find myself, you know, remembering, oh, I need to put that marketing post out to find some bookstagrammers, or oh, I really liked that cover art. Let me see. Since we all do just aimlessly scroll through social media platforms, having one that is specifically focused on other writerly folk can be a way to keep your brain in the writing realm. Even if it's not just one, just really focusing and following a ton of other people that will inspire you, will help you out when you're scrolling at night, all sad because you have no energy to write. You never know what could push that energy forward. 4 is find parts of your community that you find cozy, that you find comfortable, and really bring the creative juices to life. This doesn't mean that you have to go just driving around, trying out different coffee shops and libraries and things like that, but it really means if you find a few places that you've realized you get a lot of work done at, get to those places. Maybe if after work one day, if you don't have kids or something you have to do at home, swing by there, grab a coffee, find a table, and do some writing, brainstorm. Even if you're just in that environment, you realize, okay, these thoughts are coming to my brain. I'm remembering these characters. Oh, that plot hole, da 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 da. You realize these thoughts are coming back to you. And it doesn't have to be coffee shops. Yes, I kind of have a thing with coffee shops. But if it's not a coffee shop, maybe you're someone who likes libraries. Check out your local libraries. Do a library hop one week if you can. If you're a mom, I've said this in other videos, actually another video I'll link below. There are tons of free activities that you can bring your children to that surround you with creativity. My girls go to story times at Barnes & Noble that are free, and they also go to story times at the library. That is 2 times a week that I surround myself with books and creativity. And even if it's just walking by a whole, you know, just a bookshelf or whatever, that just being there is gonna stick with you. And if I'm maybe having a rough week and just I'm not writing, I'm not editing, I'm not feeling creative, I'm feeling down on myself, when I bring my girls to story time and I'm walking past the signs and the decorations at the library at Barnes & Noble, I can feel my interest coming back. And sometimes that's all it takes. So if you're a mom and you're trying to keep the energy going with your, writing hobby or career, check out some of those free activities. If you're someone who is just looking for somewhere to go, there are writing centers. There's different writing groups that you can get involved with in your local community. That, or just check out coffee shops. May seem cliche, but I love me some good coffee shops. And number 5, this isn't one that you can really do every day or every week, but it is something that once you sign up for it and you plan for it, your brain just kind of focuses on it. And that is going to conferences and workshops. I have to say that I've been to about 7 conferences over the last decade. And the last 2 that I've been to, which were the Writer's Digest conferences, just kept me on a high for months. I went to the Writer's Digest conference in August this year and the Pitch Slam, and I'm still on a high from it. Thank God I'm on a high from it, because from there I, did well at the Pitch Slam. I sent my book out to, sent queries out. I did PitMad, got my editor. So from there, I'm still on a high from all that, because I'm really getting into the nitty-gritty of the publishing process now. But once you sign up for a conference, whether it is you get your tax returns and you put it down and sign up for the conference, which is kind of usually what I do. And this year I'm not going to a conference and I'm so sad, or at least I haven't signed up for one yet. But I'd really want to get to a weekend retreat or a workshop or something. I'm still working on it. But once you put that money down, bam, you have a deadline. You have to work towards it. And it kind of keeps you going. You get the emails, you get into the Facebook group, or, you follow the Twitter of the conference you're going to. You find out who's going, what authors, what agents, what professionals. And it keeps you motivated and keeps you interested. Even workshops and weekend retreats, you meet people that, kind of become your little mini writing community. There's people, even if you just put the money down, it's going to really keep stirring up your brain and make you realize why you love writing, why you put the money down, and why this is going to make such a difference in your life. Those were 5 different ways that you can push your motivation, push your passion for writing, push your interest on a daily, monthly, weekly basis, just to keep you going. It's really hard if you have a full-time job, or you're at home with your kids, or you're working from home and you're a mom. It's hard to find time to really stay interested in writing and find time for it. But there are little things that you can do during the day or the week or the month to kind of keep yourself going. If it's much for listening, I hope these were helpful. Comment below if you want some more content like this. Make sure to subscribe and ding, 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 ring the bell as well. Hit the thumbs up. And thank you very much for listening. Stay creative. And it was a Barnes & Noble Storytime Day. Oh, and by the way, I made the mint chocolate chip ice cream secret order, if it's still a secret. All you got to do is ask for 2 pumps of mocha with a vanilla sweet cream cold brew, 2 pumps of mocha, 2 pumps of white mocha, and 2 pumps of peppermint. I cut it in half just so it wasn't as sugary, and it's so good. But anyway, that's the mint chocolate chip ice cream secret cold brew. Anyway, stay creative and drink your coffee.